This is for you, Pisces. Jupiter transits through the sign of Virgo the Virgin during the month of May from the 1st through the 8th. So like the first week, a little, give or take a day there, you're going to have the effect still of the retrograde transit of Jupiter. And that's going to affect you in your 7th house of law and commitment. And that affects all these aspects of your life that you feel has to do with whether it's family or friends or business. It's all about signing on the dotted line. And because of that, because of the retrograde transit up until the 9th, but from the 1st to the 8th, you're going to be wanting more what you might consider classical, some might consider old-fashioned, whatever, ways of determining whether someone is indeed loyal and or indeed has done something that is truly legal. So you're going to be thinking, okay, well, they used to sign with a pen on a paper on a dotted line, and now people can sign things online, but is that really, so while Jupiter's retrograde, you're not going to want to feel, and you haven't felt that that's really the way to go. But beginning on the 9th of the month of May, Jupiter turns direct. And that is still in the sign of Virgo the Virgin, but that's going to give you, Pisces, the fish, a significantly more clear-cut way of dealing with things. You're going to feel strikingly different than when it was retrograde. You're going to be more apt to agree and see the value in some of the new advances in technology for going ahead and creating legalities and commitments with people that you feel that you can trust. So that's going to be what's going to be significantly different. And you're going to want to be more magnanimous in this area, and others are going to enjoy, once again, this sort of magnanimous nature that you have, your giving nature, kind of coming through in this direct way. Not that you don't lose it during the retrograde transit, but you maybe are again, showing it in a way or presenting it in a way that is maybe something that is a different type of system or manner, something, again, that you may consider from the past. Whereas now, you're going to be allowing this part of yourself to come through more directly, and you won't mind using modern technology to do that. Now, Jupiter is known as the attribute of God the Father, found in Isaiah or Isaiah, that's 63:16, for thou art our Father. So this is God the Father. And Abraham hath not known us, and Israel hath been ignorant of us. Thou, O Lord, art our Father, our Redeemer, from everlasting is thy name. So again, this is Jupiter, the attribute of God the Father. This is the merciful Father, as opposed to the warrior Father, or the warrior king found in the Sephira of Geburah, which is ruled by Mars. This is Jupiter. This is a different energy. Now, during the age of Pisces, this was God the Father, but during the age of Aquarius, it is indeed Saturn, which is an entirely different form of frequency. It's a much more restrictive frequency. The Bagua they use it in I Ching to a point, but it's the Bagua in Feng Shui is the trigram of the hexagrams are formed from the trigrams that are from the square of Saturn based on the number 3. So, that was a restrictive. Now it's that was during the age of Pisces, because Jupiter lets things free, lets things go freely. And so you need that restriction in the age of Pisces, whereas in the age of Aquarius, the whole thing is restricted by the Saturn magic square that's based on the number 3. So the restriction is there, the grid is there over the entire reality matrix, is it not? So therefore, other magic squares, like the magic square of the Sun based on the number 6, these other squares need to be utilized, like the magic square of Mars is based on number 5, and Jupiter is based on number 4. They need to be utilized during the age of Aquarius. Otherwise, things will get so restrictive if you use Saturn, if you use that old Bagua, If you use that Saturn magic square, it's going to be so restrictive, nobody will be able to move at all. And it'll be such gridlock, it would be devastating. So people need to get up to speed on using proper magic squares and updating their feng shui, and because these systems are all interrelated. The Hebrew systems and the Chinese systems, and they're all interrelated. So there's really not that much difference. All right. So this is an important aspect. So we're going to repeat this because we sort of had to backtrack a little here. So this is Isaiah 63:16. For thou art our father, and Abraham hath not known us, and Israel hath been ignorant of us. Thou, O Lord, art our father, our redeemer, from everlasting is thy name. Okay, now Neptune maintains a direct transit through your sign, Pisces, all during the month of May this year. Now, you'll have insightful thoughts as well as tolerant behaviors in regards to your own self and your place in the grand scheme of things, causing you to relate intensely within your own psychic consciousness, because again, Pisces is very psychic. Now, you will continue to be serene in regards to the method in which you identify yourself and the selections you've already chosen. Keep in mind, Pisces, that this transit, continuing direct, currently affects your first house of how you appear and how you consider yourself. This is Neptune. Now, Neptune is known as the attribute of God, the deliverer, our salvation, found in Matthew 14:25. And in the fourth watch of the night, he came to them walking upon the sea. All right, now let's see how your ruling planets of Jupiter and Neptune affect you this month, Pisces. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. Your water guardian archangel is Gabriel, the archangel who resides over all the water signs, speaks through to you from your Pisces zodiac angel, Amethyst. Now, this is an angelic horoscope transmission, from your Pisces angel, Amethyst. Zodiac angel Amethyst, who resides over the fish's mutable water. And here are his messages for you in love, money, and health. Okay, first for Amethyst's love, sex, and romance transmission. We have Gabriel, again, the archangel who is the guardian assisting, and we have Amethyst who is the teaching angel, teaching zodiac angel. Now make sure to hold on to your dreams, keeping in mind the potential love interest that you may have or plans that you have with significant others can be laudable as long as you're willing to go the extra mile to attain those grand expectations that you may have put forth for yourself. Now, people tell you to keep your hopes and wishes sensible in an effort to allow you an equally reasonable method of achieving them. In other words, you may have high expectations in the area of finding a spouse, a new romance, or even friendship. But keep in mind that much is required when much is given. So if you want someone to be generous, you must prepare to receive and be receptive. But it's going to be on their terms. It's not going to be on your terms. If you want them to give, it will be on their terms. And you're going to have to be receptive to the generosity that they're giving you, but also you're going to have to be receptive to their terms. And that's what you will need to understand if you want your plans in the area of love, sex, and romance to go forward properly. All right? So it's going to be interesting for you this month. Now, on the other hand, if you want someone to need you, this indicates that you must be generous to them on your terms, while also confident, though, about how you will give, understanding that your giving pleases you, not the other. Because if you're giving and they're being receptive, you're giving on your terms, and that is not going to please them. That is going to please you. So just understand that whoever is giving is pleasing themselves. And if you want others to give to you, you have to accept their terms. Now, a real change in intention can come, according to Kabbalah, where you change the intention in that you give on someone else's terms. If you give on someone else's terms, then you will have attained an extremely high state of bestowal and similitude with the Creator. So just understand that. And it'll be very helpful for you this month. For your money transmission from Netziel and Gabriel, value yourself and others will find great value and great worth in you. Take time, but be efficient and purposeful rather than dodging interaction when it comes to business or work. So the blocking technique is good at times, but too much of that really stifles you from being able to have money and being able to have power and being able to have the jobs and the promotions that you want and the customers that you're looking for. So you're going to do your best this month not to encourage the devil in the sensibilities of the other person or group with whom you wish to do business. Or they will think, and rightly so, that you want them to take your money, much like the victim of the vampire who longs for their blood to be drained by Nosferatu. Okay? So this will work for you in the financial arena as well. Okay? So just have a heads up on that. They always say the devil's in the details. So what you might want to understand is that if you're encouraging people in very minute little specificities where there's one little number or letter that's wrong, and people, it's not going to go over everybody's head, because as you do that, you get people to be very hypervigilant and very particular, and you end up getting a person to the point where they cannot function, but then guess what? Neither can you. So it doesn't really serve anybody. Honesty is the best policy, so you want to just kind of watch that this month. It's, these things change, but again, we're not in the age of Pisces anymore, because with that Saturnian aspect coming from Saturn in the age of Aquarius, this is going to just be impossible for there's going to be no movement. There will be complete ischemia in the money flow. The pipelines of money, the veins and arteries of money will close. And you'll get ischemia, and the tissues will die. So if you want healthy economy, if you want there to be a healthy economy, this month you have got to allow some flowing without restricting by saying, we need, with this, the details being so harped on that they cannot be even in a magnanimous way. The business cannot be done in a magnanimous way, but it's going to be always fly in the ointment. It's like that. It's just not helpful. It might have been helpful in the age of Pisces, but it's not helpful in the age of Aquarius, and it's certainly not helpful in May. Now for Netziel's health transmission, and this is again with the help of the Archangel Gabriel. Maintain a sane outlook when it comes to your health goals and the opportunities you hope to achieve with your fitness plans this month. This will be a good month for you. You're going to be able to see a lot of progress if you apply wellness rituals you've chosen for yourself already, the ones you've already chosen for yourself. There's no need to practice dietary regimens or exercise routines that don't suit you. You need to choose something that's fun for yourself, obviously. For example, did you know that tomatoes and tea, both black and green varietals, contain reasonable amounts of nicotine? So instant tea contains even more nicotine than fresh tea leaf products. Cauliflower, eggplant, and potatoes also contain the highly debated substance. We have tomatoes, potatoes, cauliflower, eggplant, and tea leaves. Black and green tea leaves contain nicotine, in case you're having trouble with that. Okay, now, instant tea, instant black tea, has quite a high incidence contains quite a bit of nicotine. And isn't it interesting that lately you can't seem to get iced tea that's instant without boatloads of sugar in it? Isn't that interesting? Okay. Now, for this month's Lucky Runestone prediction, then we're going to get into your Merkaba technique that we're going to give you. This month's Lucky Runestone prediction, Wunjo, encourage your happiness. Wunjo's the runestone. Encourage your happiness in life by engaging with others on their terms. It came up here too, as well as being mindful of your own terms, thus avoiding rifts involving meaningful interpersonal relationships. Okay, so this is a theme for you this month, Pisces. Now we have, for your Merkaba teaching, we have a class on Merkaba. You can contact us at www.readingsbyrosemary.com. We are setting up quite a few Merkaba classes because we're experts in Merkaba and masters in that technique. Now, for the original, spinning, once you understand your three-dimensional hexagram, or hexagon, it's the three-dimensional shows both, but basically you want to start with the earth, the one that looks like the Star of David, even though you're water. You don't want to use that right away because those are higher techniques that will overstimulate you, so you don't want to do that. You don't want to start with fire or water or air. You want to start with earth. That's the one that looks like the Star of David in a three-dimensional form. And you want to spin the whole thing in one direction. Later on, I'll teach you how to spin the two compartments different ways. But if you do that now, it could really hurt you and hurt you bad and cause a horrible injury and grievous injury that may be permanent. So do not do that without consulting a master, all right? But basically, this month you want to spin the whole thing either clockwise or counterclockwise. You see it within yourself. However, before you do that, because some people will say, well, for men you spin it this way, for women you spin it this way, or this, that, and the other thing. It's really very individual for each person. We have a technique that we've discovered that you can look in the iris of the eye. It's not iridology, but you can look in the iris of the eye and you can see how the person's specific Merkaba field should be spun. Okay. Also, your body of light, we're going to scan and look at that. And this body of light looks like a cigar-shaped. It's a tree of life. And yes, there's a tree of life in the heavens, the 29 stars, because there's a pictograph on the Sumerian tablets that shows the tree of life. And the flowers are 29 in all. And those are stars in the heavens in the tree of life constellation. However, in your inner body of light, we are telling you, we have secret documents that we have collected that maintain that in the body of light, these flowers in the inner body of light is indeed your inner body of light chakras, the 29 chakras that activate your immortality and gives you your glorified body. These are not chakras in your physical body, they're in your glorified body. Okay. Now, a disclaimer is in order here. High magic can be dangerous. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Remember to chant your divine tone of I believe or try the higher aspect of simply meditating on the quality of believing and be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Pisces. Now for the ephemeris information, calculations for Eastern Daylight Time and Greenwich Mean Time. We have on the 6th of May, 2016, the new moon at 3:30 p.m. at 16 degrees Taurus, 41 minutes. The full moon on the 21st of May, 2016 at 5:15 p.m., 1 degree Sagittarius, 13 minutes. For London time, Greenwich Mean Time, that's the new moon on the 6th of May, 2016. That's 7:30 p.m. The new moon is at 7:30 p.m. That's on the 6th of May 2016 at 16 degrees Taurus, 41 minutes. The full moon on the 21st of May 2016, that's 9:15 p.m. That's 1 degree Sagittarius, 13 minutes. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel, and join us again next month.